Good morning, students. Let us discuss the next part of the lesson, religion and society in early times. Already we have discussed in the previous class about religion. What is the meaning of religion? Religion is a way of life. So people are having different faiths and cultures. So the group of people who follow same way of life, those are called belongs to one religion. Clear? So here religion of the Vedas. So it already we know that in the beginning we don't have any religion. Later only religion and community created in our societies. So the Vedas are the earliest surviving literature of the Indian subcontinent. So this is the first literature. The Vedas are the first literature of the Indian subcontinent. So most of the Vedas followed by Indians only. So there are four Vedas: Rig Veda, Yajur Veda, Sama Veda, and Atharvan Veda. Already you know these Vedas. Okay, of these, the Rig Veda is the oldest and was composed about 3500 years ago. So that was one of the oldest Veda. So the Vedas composed by rishis consisted of hymns and prayers for welfare. Here, hymn means a religious song. So at the time of rituals, at the time of pujas, so people sing songs and prayers to please the gods. So these hymns were in praise of various gods and goddesses. So three gods were especially important at the time. They performed puja for three gods, most important gods. Those are Agni, the god of fire, Indra, a warrior god, and Soma, a plant from which a special drink was preferred, prepared. So, priests taught students to recite and memorize each syllable, word, and sentence bit by bit with great care. Why? So, at that time, we don't have any printing machines, paper, okay, written form we don't have, and even a pen and pencil also not available. So, that's why they carried all these Vedas from generation to another generation by reciting, by memorizing those Vedas. Okay, so the hymns were recited mainly during the performance of yagnas or rituals during which offerings were made to the fire. So these religious songs they recited mainly during the performance of yagnas or pujas or rituals. So we can let us discuss one prayer. So they prayed for to please the gods. Prayer to God. Already most of the students know this song or hymn. So Asatoma Sadgamaya Tamasoma Jyotirgamaya Mrutyurma Amrutangamaya Om Shanti Shanti Shanti. So I think you heard this prayer. Okay. So meaning, what is the meaning of this prayer? So from ignorance, lead me to truth. From darkness, lead me to light. From death, lead me to immortality. Om, peace, peace, peace. So, like this, so they recited different hymns and prayers at the time of performance of yagnas and rituals. Clear? So, there are many prayers in Rig Veda to pray for cattle, children, and horses. Historians who study the Vedas guess from these descriptions that the Vedic people mainly reared animals like cows and horses in the beginning. Our ancient people so depend on animals more. Already you know that. Okay, so they lived in the northwestern part of India, means Gujarat, Rajasthan. Okay, in the region between the Hindu Kush mountains and the Yamuna river. So the Vedic people lived in small janas. Jana means group of people or tribal habitations, each with its own leader. Every jana, every group were having one leader to guide them. The tribes also had some priests called Brahmins who performed the sacrifices and recited the hymn. They were given gifts by the leaders and the ordinary people of the tribe. Already now also we can see Brahmins in the temples. So what they will do? That they will perform pujas. Okay. So these will be given gifts by the leaders and the ordinary people of the tribe. Now what we are doing? So at the time of pujas, so we pay some amount to the Brahmins. Okay, so these tribes often had to fight with each other for control over cows, pastures, and water sources. At the time, those are the main sources to them. So they fought each other to get control over the cows, pastures, and water. Pastures means where the animals rearing. Okay, so grazing. The place is called pastures and water sources. Horses were yoked to chariots that were used in the battles that were fought to capture cattle. So at the time they used more horses and chariot means a two-wheeled vehicle drawn by horses. So some 100 years later, so after some 100 years later, these tribes settled down in villages on the banks of the river Gangas and Yamuna. Already we have discussed in the previous classes. Most of the tribal people are migrate. They did Podu agriculture. They never settled at one place. They moved one place to another place. So later, some 100 years later, so what they did, they settled down in one place on the banks of the river Gangas and Yamuna. They began cultivating crops like rice and wheat. So the human beings started agriculture 12,000 years, since 12,000 years only. Okay, so during these times, the Janapadas, previously Janas, group of people, now Janapadas were getting established and the leaders of the tribes were trying to become kings. Here Janapada means large people. So large people settled at one place. So then some leaders started establish their kingdoms also. During these times, the Vedic hymns were compiled in the Yajurveda and the Atharvana Veda. They now describe very elaborate rituals, so to perform pujas, rituals. They showed, they described elaborate rituals, especially fire sacrifices, which lasted not only many weeks and months but also cost a lot of wealth and animals. So at the time they performed different rituals to get power. So especially that fire sacrifices. So it lasted, it continued months, weeks and months, and they spent lot of money, lot of animals also to perform this puja. They sacrificed so many animals. Okay, horses, elephants, okay, buffaloes, so like that, goats, hens. So these hens describe the kings praying for power over other members of the tribe for better crops and victory in wars. So why they those were performed all these rituals to get power okay, and better crops and victory in wars. So it was during these times that we see the emergence of an idea that society be divided into varnas. So previously we don't have any caste system. So in this time, Vedas time, so the society be divided into varnas based on their professions. Okay, so in the need of performing diverse functions. So the Brahmins were considered the highest and were expected to conduct sacrifices and recite the Vedas. Those were educated. Okay, those are ancestors of these who are reciting the Vedas. So like that. So those given a higher position in that Varnas. Okay. Um, they conducted sacrifices and recite the Vedas. The Kshatriyas were next to them and were expected to rule over the kingdom and protect the people. That is the duty of the Kshatriyas is so establishing the kingdoms and protect the people. The Vaishyas tended the cattle, tilted the fields, and gave gifts and tribute to the Brahmins and Kshatriyas. So another Varna is the Vaishyas who did business or who tended cattle. Next, another last Varna, and finally by post Vedic time, the Sudras had evolved into a distinct group. So actually, another fourth group contain number of professional people, but post Vedic period, so another Varna also inserted and created, that is Sudras. So here another group is they are fourth Varna who practiced their professions like agriculture, carpentry, pottery, and so on. So artisans, all professional workers come under the fourth Varna. At the same time, a division of labor has taken place between men and women too. So women are restricted to kitchen. So these ideas, of course, were not accepted by all. Okay, next, worshipping dead ancestors, the megaliths of the Deccan. Already we know who are called megaliths, who used stone tools. Those are called megaliths. Already we have discussed in the previous classes. Megaliths are built with stone boulders. So megaliths literally means big stones. So these boulders were carefully arranged by people and were used to mark burial sites. So where they established these stone boulders. So here, so stone boulder means big stone. Okay, so they kept near the burial sites. So burial means where the dead body is disposed. That is called burial ground. Already you know that. Okay, the practice of erecting megaliths began about 3000 years ago and was prevalent throughout the Deccan, South India, in the northeast and Kashmir. So keeping these big stone boulders near the burial ground started 3,000 years ago. While some megalithic burials can be seen on the surface, several are underground. So they buried the dead bodies sometimes on the surface of the land, sometimes even underground. Now also some religion people burial the dead bodies in the underground. Okay, sometimes archaeologists find a circle of stone boulders. So you can find here circle of stone boulders and or a single, this is a single stone, large stone standing on the ground. These are the only indicators that there are burials beneath. Beneath means which kept under the earth. Okay, here sometimes megaliths contain more than one skeleton. So in one burial, so they found number of skeletons. Skeletons means the bones of the dead bodies. Okay, these indicate that people perhaps belonging to the same family. So same family dead bodies buried at the same place. Okay, were buried in the same place, though not at the same time. Not at the same time, but when the person's dead in a same family, buried in same place. Okay, that's why they found number of skeletons. Okay, at same place. All these burials have some common features. So what are those? Generally, the dead were buried with distinctive parts which are called black and red ware. And articles, black and red articles, they kept along with the bodies. Many tools and weapons of iron and sometimes buried skeletons of horses, horse equipment, and ornaments of stone and gold were also found beneath these boulders. So they believed that after death also the persons are having their own life. That's why they buried some other articles along with the dead body. Okay, it seems that these people were among the first in the subcontinent to use iron tools on a large scale. So megaliths were used stone and iron tools. They also practiced rice cultivation using tank irrigation. They consider it important to worship the dead ancestors of the tribe by building such megalithic memorials or burials. So we can find these type of constructions, okay, in our subcontinent. So they used iron tools and they cultivated rice by using tank irrigation. Okay, like that. So you can see here some burials. So here this one is terracotta sarcophagi Eleswaram Nalgonda. This one. So some burials you can see here. Next, second one B. Menhir behind Devanugutta Warangal. So this stone burial, dolmen type of megalithic burial, Potanapalli, Mahabubnagar. So another one is stone circles. Here some circles you can find here. Okay, Repuni village, Warangal. These are all our burials at the time of megalithic period. Okay, next megaliths of Telangana. So we can find this type of constructions in Telangana also. A large number of burial sites have been found near hills, fields, or irrigation tanks. Almost all types of megalithic monuments like menhirs or large dressed rocks, stone circles, dolmens were located in hundreds of villages in all the district of Telangana. See the pictures given below. So megalithic burial contained a large variety of pottery like black and red, the block polished and iron objects, and made clay or stone sarcophagi or containers for remains of the dead body, and pot urns were found in some of the burial sites. Here also in Telangana also, along with the dead body, they kept they buried so many things, articles like pots, black and red, and polished pots and iron objects, handmade clay or stone sarcophagi. Here sarcophagi means stone coffin. So coffin means in which dead body is buried, a box. So especially Christians used these coffins so to burial the dead bodies. Okay, so next, for remains of the dead body and pot urines. Pot urines means so the bowl which is used to store the ash of cremated person. Okay, so were found in some of the burial sites. So along with the dead bodies they kept all these articles. Okay, so after Vedas period, so some varnas and some religions were established. Clear? So next part of the lesson we'll discuss in the next class.